and Sondra London. We're at London's residence where this interview is taking place. The time is now approximately 9:45. This is Thursday, May 3rd, 1990. How old were they when he was born? How old were the Schaefers? You don't have any idea?
She was young and pretty.
Was she?
Beautiful. Young, delicate, blonde hair, blue-eyed, sensitive, artistic. He was big and brutal.
And he abused her physically?
Yeah.
Okay, and he also used a great deal of profanity?
Yeah, and he also abused her psychologically in terms of, all right, she was better than him, face it. And he resented it, and he would try to make her feel small. And also, he would always call her a whore. One thing happened to John that hurt him a lot because he won't talk about it, and he only wrote to his mother about it, like the day or the day after he was accused of murder. And in his letter to his mother, he says something about the scars my father left me. I could show you the bite marks on my hide, but the other scars he left are much deeper. And this is the period when he was so-called undergoing a nervous breakdown. And these are the letters he wrote his mother. I have them here. Every letter his mother sends him, he sends me. They're here, all to this day. The letters she sends him, he sends them to me.
What's the flavor of the letters?
Just very loving, and they have a relationship where he has her in thrall, and where he is free to abuse her and intimidate her, and where she will cringe and scuttle.
Did you have any suspicions or any knowledge there was sex between the two of them?
Just in the sense that certainly for a guy like John, with the imagination he has, with the Catholic guilt he has, that's enough. To do it in the mind is enough. The virgin is supposed to be a virgin, and when the virgin is a whore, then we're in big trouble. So that's why I figured that the specter of her promiscuity was raised. I don't want to know what I know. My father says she's a whore. I don't want to know that. So I will develop ability to block off what I know. And I'll get real good at that. I have made up a scenario. This is from Travis McGee novel. Meyer says, we detect the invisible planet by how it affects the circuits of the other planet. So we deduce that there has to be something there. And so in that sense, I have deduced a primacy. And for a fact, the boy was allowed to sleep with his mother much too long, according to some records in the court records, to the age of 16, but certainly beyond the age where it was proper. But anyway, back to the primal scene that I figured out. She's in bed, she's asleep, she's also intoxicated. At any rate, she's there, she's alive, but she's insensitive. She may, at some level, be aware, but according to my theory, she is not aware. She's unconscious. The boy's in bed with her. The boy's experiencing his very first sexual arousals. He's semi-conscious. He's in a dream state. He wants to stay there, so no one will know. So he indulges his orgasm in the bed with the unconscious mother. So it's known, but it's not known. He doesn't want to know what he knows. That's the biggest tag for Schaeferism. Now, I don't know if you can apply this to anything else, but this is the key. He doesn't want to know what he knows. And that's through every murder scenario. He does bullshit pussy stuff like, I pulled the trigger and then ran. I didn't want to see what I did. I noosed her and then drove away in the car. He doesn't want to know what he knows.
Good insight. Now, have you confronted him with this scenario?
No. It's too tense. I want to talk to him in person. I can get confessions from him. We finish this trial here, then he's ready to do confessions. He has told me over and over he's ready to do confessions. He's not going to talk to anybody but me. His father was a prisoner of war, was captured or shot down behind German lines. He was a prisoner of war of the Nazis, was tortured by the Nazis, escaped from the Nazi prison, and walked across Germany to France. And that was his war experience.
Now, do you know that for a fact?
I checked that with his mother.
And that's true?
Yeah. Okay. I had a little bit more exciting version from John.
Yeah, a little more exciting, I'm certain.
Yeah, a little bit more exciting, and that is his mother's version.
Okay.
And he was heavily alcoholic, and it's pitiful. By the time he was arrested and the reporters went and interviewed him, I could cry. every time they said the father could not remember anything about his son.
Alcohol.
He couldn't remember anything about himself or where they lived, nothing, you know. Heavy. Okay, and as his mother said, it got heavier as years went by until, you know, it was just bad. And then his father totally disrespected his mother and would bring his mistresses over there. And some of the real sick stuff that was going on was that really worried the hell out of me at the time. She'd be in bed, they'd be asleep, and he'd be jump up and strangle her. Or jump up and punch her. I felt it was a disturbance of the war. And so John's figure became to be the mother's surrogate lover to protect her against the beastly father.